Welcome to the channel for the first time. Viewers, welcome back for my existing subscribers. I came into this game with an open mind after not being sold on the alpha or the beta, which I've mentioned in the past. You know, the improvements in my opinion have been both on the favorable side in some instances and unfavorable in other instances. So the first part I want to touch base on when it comes to Call of Duty Vanguard is going to be the gameplay. The map selection has been amazing so far, and I still haven't played all the maps yet, so it's one of those things that's really cool as far as a Call of Duty game comes into mind, because this isn't something we had in the past. Some of the maps are better than others, of course, but with a wide variety of maps to choose from, this brings a perspective of having the ability to like some maps and the ability to dislike other maps versus in the past when we've gotten like 7 or 8 maps to start with. You're kind of going to be stuck with whatever is out there, and if you don't like 2 maps, then there's a good portion you just dislike 20% of the maps essentially. So with 20, you know, this is definitely something that I like to see. Some of the maps really stand out, like Castle. You know, I haven't been able to play Castle since I was in my early 20s, so it's very cool to be able to go back into that time capsule with a new lens, a new perspective, new gameplay, and it doesn't feel like I've been cheated of a good experience. I think it was World at War when we first were able to experience Castle. Sticking along with the maps, it's been a challenge if you don't have good teammates when it comes to spawn trapping. So when you have an organized team, it's not that big of a problem. However, there are going to be some instances where a team happens to be better than your team, or they're more organized, and you end up just being stuck in your spawn. Think of it as domination when they have A and B, or they have C and B flags, and all you have to do is just try to get out of your spawn. But it's almost impossible because every path has a sniper watching, an LMG holding you down, or another rifle holding you down. We've played the blitz pacing, the assault pacing, and the tactical pacing. And again, depending on your teammates and the opposite team, what I'm starting to find is that, you know, if you can break out together, if you play together, but if you don't, or you have those folks that just want to do their own thing, spawn trapping is still an issue. I don't think it's going away in the Call of Duty franchise, so I can kind of forgive this one. One thing that I don't like is that, you know, I think it was Exclusive Ace that just covered this, but they've added bloom to the game. And what that is that even while you're ADS, you can actually I think it's True Game Data, and then Exclusive Ace covered it. But anyways, when you're ADS, the bullets don't always go when you shoot. To me, that's a problem. I remember having a conversation with my buddy, Lord Dylly. Check out his YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure he's going to be uploading some Vanguard gameplay on there. But I remember telling them that, hey, you know, I feel like I gotta lead a lot of these shots because they're not landing the way I feel. The hit registration feels good, so when you actually land these shots, you know, it feels like, okay, that seems fair. But I felt like, okay, well, if I have to lead these folks, and now understanding that they have bloom in the game, you know, that makes a lot of sense. One of my favorite visual or aesthetic features in this game is how they made the attachments look a little bit more futuristic. In the past, you know, I would look at it more so like, okay, this isn't very realistic, and being that this is a World War II based game, which I did not like the theme, this is actually helping me adjust and like the game a lot more than when I initially had first seen the gameplay or heard of the time period and things like that. So for me, it's a definite win. I even saw one where it was like it's like I don't think it's the ICR site, but from Black Ops 3, where it was that floating holographic. So I even saw that on somebody's gun. It's a really late attachment that you unlock, but to me that was really cool, and I'm looking forward to unlocking it. These guns look pretty good, so even though they're World War II type guns, they have almost of a modern, you know, early Cold War feel to them, so that's a big plus. So to close out this video, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, I'm going to give you my outlook on the game, and that is that it is so far so good when it comes to Call of Duty Vanguard. I would definitely like to see some of the post-game PvP things, like the MVP animation. You know, just take that out the game, make it something quick, because right now it's about 45 seconds to a minute and a half of just waiting, right? So they can get rid of that and make the experience a lot better, a lot more smooth. I like the idea of voting for the MVP or voting for who you felt did great or whatever action or feat they did, but it needs to go by a lot faster. So again, it's like you're executing these NPCs for forever and a day. Get rid of that. The gunplay is solid. You have some connection issues sporadically, so it's not something that's super consistent, at least for me. I usually have anywhere between 26 and 40 ping, depending on where I connect or who I'm playing with. So for me, it's been fantastic, but there are some hints of issues. But there's a lot of potential behind this game, and Call of Duty Vanguard might end up being my surprise game of the year, just because of the way that I wrote it off. I wasn't sold by the alpha or the beta, and I decided to give it a shot. Like, hey, the worst case scenario, I could make some content for you all. I'm actually happy I did it because I was able to make a 6900 XT video when I was looking for results and to see what the performance was like, to kind of compare what I was getting versus what other people had. I was very hard pressed to find something at 1440p with a similar setup with the 6900 XT. Pretty much all of the RTX bases have been covered. There's infinite videos on the RTX card, but very few on the 6900 XT, and that could speak towards its value, but that's beside the point. Again, this is a game that I'm going to give more time. I'm going to put more effort into it and see, what comes of it. I'm not fully comfortable saying, hey, it's a fantastic game, you should buy it too. But if you got the money, or the money's not an issue, and you're curious, I wasn't let down, but my expectations, again, I came into it with an open mind. My expectations were pretty low. So overall, I like what I saw, and yeah, I think this game has a lot of potential, and I will sign out from here. I'll catch you on the next video. But if you're still with me to the end, go ahead and write Cheetos in the comment section and let me know whether or not you bought the game. And if you did, are you enjoying yourself, or what would be one of the main things that you would change? Y'all be easy. I'll catch you on the flip.